In today's video, I wanted to share with you the dangers of following some of these mainstream manifesting coaches and why you shouldn't be following their advice blindly. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you I actually love a lot of the things that these mainstream manifesting coaches teach. I mean, I've even mentioned several times that I really enjoy watching Sammy Ingram's video, and I've made a video about that as well. And I'm not making this video to mock or criticize these coaches, because the real problem that I see in the video isn't what they're teaching, it's actually what they tend to leave out. Most of these YouTubers keep saying affirm, 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 or simply visualize and it will come, but they're missing out the most crucial part of manifesting, which I'm going to share with you in this video. So if you're interested in learning more about this, stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, when these coaches say use this technique and it will manifest by tomorrow, I know most of them are speaking out of experience, and there's definitely some truth in that. And my main problem with these kinds of videos are they don't work for everyone in the way that they promise, because we all come from different levels at manifesting, and by levels I mean some of us are more clear of our limiting beliefs and bad programmings from the past more than the others. That's why for us to be successful, we really have to take in consideration of our inner subconscious programmings, our beliefs, or our mindsets while applying these techniques. And for many people whose minds have already been programmed with too many limiting beliefs carried all the way from their childhood and social conditioning, these techniques will create even more suffering, because they are participating in this kind of internal tug-of-war game which never seems to end. Until those inner beliefs aren't addressed, no matter how much you try to affirm or visualize, it's not going to create any lasting results. If you ask me, manifesting for me is more about going through the hero's journey to get our goals. And it's more of a process and requires some work to get there. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that these teachings that say that affirm, 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 and it's going to show up are completely wrong. I mean, even in my own case, I find that Sammy Ingram's teaching, for instance, work better for me now than it would have, let's say, 3 or 4 years ago. That's because I have become much more confident in myself and manifesting in general. I can anticipate what can happen in my own journey, which makes me more comfortable or more confident. And sometimes when I affirm for something today and it manifests tomorrow, it may just seem like the technique works so fast, right? But what about all the work that I did to get to this point? Does that not count? And what about 4 years ago when I tried to do the same thing, affirming delusionally and consistently too, but it never seemed to work back then, and instead got me frustrated, desperate, and even envious at times of all those people who said that they were actually accomplishing things. I mean, if you've experienced something like this, let me know down in the comment section below, okay? Techniques are important, but so is having a strong mindset supported by inner programmings or beliefs that are in favor of your desires. Otherwise, you may keep affirming something like, my SB is texting me all day long, but as soon as the phone rings, your heart sinks in, because in reality, you're anticipating the rejection more than getting that text. And when that phone rings, you fear that this could be bad news. Or maybe you're affirming something like, my bank account is growing and growing, but maybe you're afraid to open up the bank account to check the balance. And you think it's simply okay to ignore it because some coach told you that you should completely ignore the 3D and keep affirming and affirming or visualizing and visualizing. Come on, that's a very scared way to live if you ask me. When you're actually living from this place of rejection and you're still affirming, and guess what manifests? It's the rejection, not the affirmations. Trust me, I've been there, and it's not a great feeling to have, especially when you know that you've been sweeping all of those insecure feelings under the rug, but beneath it, the problem keeps growing and growing and getting worse. All I'm saying is, the way it's being taught to ignore your deeper limiting beliefs can not work. Especially if you've experienced a lot of trust issues or other insecurities from your past. So our successes are directly related to our blueprints or our inner programmings. And maybe just look at these coaches that I'm talking about, right? Although I'm not mentioning everybody's name here. From their own level of certainty and past successes, of course, it seems easier for them to manifest faster. But if they've never had to go through the struggles like the people they're trying to lead or serve, they won't relate to any of that. And even if they come from a background of struggle, but fail to address the steps that got them where they're at now, I think they're not being truthful either. We all have different levels of certainty programmed in us since our childhood. Even Neville Goddard's mother instilled some really powerful beliefs about his family name Godard, which made him think that he meant something. And he talks about this in his lectures a lot of the times. And maybe same is true with these coaches too, I don't know. But in my own case, I came from a really traumatic childhood, so I know the pain I had to go through to overcome those limiting beliefs and social conditioning to help me to get where I'm at today. And don't get me wrong, I'm still heading for more bigger goals in my life, so this kind of work to shed more limiting beliefs will keep happening in my life. That's why I keep saying elevating your manifestation mindset and doing the techniques must go hand in hand. Otherwise, the techniques by themselves won't be super effective. You gotta be really honest about where you are now mentally and emotionally to get to actually where you wanna be. That's why I like to refer to this chart, which I call the scale of possibilities, to check my inner compass or my level of certainty on whether I think I can or can't manifest a certain outcome. So what you can do is ask yourself this question: how certainly do you believe that your desire will manifest? Or whether you can or can't manifest your desire. And let's say your answer is, I don't think I can. Well, you don't have to fully believe that it can manifest, but unless you're midway past the left side of the scale, which means you're starting to feel more certain about your manifestation, unless that happens, it just implies that you have some work to do. And once you come over to the left side feeling more certain, that's when your techniques start becoming even more potent than ever. That's why it's really important to be truthful with yourself while doing this work. You gotta be truthful about how you're feeling at this moment of time so you get to where you wanna be, right? Which is feeling more confident about your manifestation. If you find this helpful and interesting, don't forget to check out the course Manifestation Accelerator, where I took this chart out from. And in there we go in depth to help you solve this very problem, clearing up your limiting beliefs that are exactly holding you back from getting what you want right now. So not addressing the past issues that are directly connected with your manifestation can actually be a big problem. I mean, even if you've manifested your desire but you haven't addressed any of those negative beliefs from the past which are still lingering in your mind, the results that you experience may not be long-term, and the limiting beliefs may come back to sabotage your manifestation the moment you say you're good and you stop affirming. I understand some people may not feel comfortable to address the problems like limiting beliefs. This may be because some people may have experienced things like, healing your inner child or shadow work, which can almost feel like falling down the rabbit hole and it never ends. But that's not the work that I'm talking about here. I'm just talking about identifying those particular limiting beliefs that are opposite to your manifestation and clearing them up quickly. You don't linger on them for a while. And a simple process that I recommend for this is revision. I have made a couple of videos on this topic already, and there's also a revision meditation that you can find on this channel. It simply means revising your past memories that may have caused some kind of pattern and some kind of trauma which is keeping you stuck emotionally and mentally, especially that's in relation to your manifestation. And when you become clear and free from your past patterns, I promise you're gonna start manifesting things much more smoothly in your life. And trust me, I know it feels compelling to watch the videos that have titles such as like affirm and it will manifest the next day. I even have some of those videos where I'm sharing success stories of how quickly someone was able to manifest. But if those videos are only based on techniques and not any kinds of strategies, I think it can be a trap in itself. And if I'm not wrong, probably 90% of you are actually here to get some results, right? Not to get motivation, because you want that SP in your life. You want that extra 10K a month income in your life, and you want to experience actual results. And besides just the results, you're also looking for that real inner transformation where you start feeling confident 24/7 about whatever you're trying to manifest in the future. That's why, like in every hero's journey, we can't really move forward to get our goals unless we face the demons from our past and slay them. And I know watching some of my videos and some of my courses, which are more based on strategies and mindset, may not be appealing for you like most people out there, and I'm totally okay with that, because most of the people that I want to work with are already willing to do the work. They're willing to step out of this matrix of the manifesting world and see what's really happening within themselves, because your true transformation can come from your own inner intuition only. If majority of time you're simply denying how you feel about particular scenarios or the circumstances, you're probably also denying your intuition. That's why elevating your mindset and doing the techniques must go hand in hand. Otherwise, the techniques by themselves won't be effective at all. And I apologize if I came out to sound a little bit harsh on this video, but I'm really passionate about helping others, and in this world of instant gratification and clickbaits and all that, I really felt the need to create this kind of video just to shed some light on this matter. So if you resonated with this message today, and if you like this video, don't forget to share your thoughts down below, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. With that, I want to wish you all the very best. Happy manifesting, goodbye, and namaste.